Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This message will be for Scorpio and all Scorpio placements found within your birth chart. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Welcome to your season. Just know that whenever you find this reading, it is meant to find you. We're going to highlight the significance of October, some astrological events, what's been happening and what to prepare for. And of course, stay tuned for your bonus. It's your solar return, and the way that I do my scheduling is that your birthday month, you get a double whammy. You might be last for October, but you're first in line. So stay tuned for your reading. I'll be posting that in the next week. Okay, we'll see what wants to come up as we move forward, right? As we recollect this culmination that we've been experiencing. There's a lot of helpful links below, Scorpio, if you need some extra guidance. We are still kind of in this eclipse energy until the first of the year, until January, really, when the North Node goes into Pisces. I have a North and South Node playlist talking about your natal placements. You can also watch for the Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node to prepare for what the energy will be in 2025 for the collective. And I also have an eclipse supportive playlist with my post-eclipse full moon reading, the lunar eclipse in Libra reading. All these eclipse readings are really meant to support you. And on Patreon, I go a bit deeper. I do have a Jupiter, Gemini, Saturn, and Pisces reading. And it's kind of prevalent for now because Jupiter is stationing retrograde. It's descending as Saturn takes the main stage. So check out my links, check out my website. I have some new style readings on there if you like my style. And thank you again for your support on my channel, your shares, your likes, your comments. You know, it's free to hit that subscribe button, hit that like, right? That's free. And that does help this reading get out to more people that are needing these messages, okay? And again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Watch for your other placements. And the general love reading will also be linked below. Also, any affirmations, music, whatever comes up here, those links will be below too. So check out the bottom, okay, the depths of this video. You'll find some supportive content there. So Scorpio, you know the depths, right? We explore the depths all the time, right? I am not a Scorpio, but I've known many Scorpios, and you know, the shadow, the light, all of it, as most signs have both aspects of self. Scorpio, I feel, much like Gemini, you know, I'm a Gemini, there is this very dualistic nature to them because it's life and death, it's cycles, it's cyclical, it's this polarity that you can also kind of find in Gemini. So I do tend to relate to my Scorpios to some extent. And I know that right now, there's a lot going on for you. Nothing that you can't handle, much like I've been saying to all the signs. We are wrapping up a strength year. 2024 breaks down to an 8, and I've been talking about this. And I've been really diving deep into ancestral work. I have an ancestral healing reading if you want to dive into this as well with me. Because this is a time to honor our ancestors. The veil is becoming thinner. You know, whatever you celebrate, it's important to honor those that have passed on and to honor your own death and rebirth cycles that you may be experiencing now or have within these cycles of eclipse season, okay? So yeah, the sun's in your sign. Mercury's in your sign. You had Venus in Scorpio for most of October as well. So we'll feel into kind of the past of October, right? And again, a little bit into November. And again, next week, you'll have your November reading, which we'll talk more about, you know, the shifts of this upcoming Pluto in Aquarius, November 19th. That's going to be very exciting. And in that post-eclipse reading, full moon reading I talk in more detail, so check that out below. But yeah, first house, you know, the spotlight effect, like I say. There can be a lot of benefit, right, with this emphasis for you. But, you know, I always like to talk about both sides of the coin, right? Because there can be benefits to the sun being in our sign, but it all kind of depends on the work that we're doing, you know, where we're at in our life. This is a general reading, right? So if you haven't been really prioritizing yourself, or you've been maybe turning a blind eye to something with this first house emphasis, it is kind of like a spotlight effect. So it's going to show you those areas of your life that maybe you've been avoiding. Okay. So again, it can vary, but it is very positive. It can feel very much like you're at home, right? With this energy, coming back home to self, authenticity. And again, resilience is really, we're pulling on those final reserves before we exit Pluto in a Capricorn. That 29th degree is very much this house of rest, 12th house, which you can also relate with Pisces 12th house. Mars in Cancer will be transitioning, but it has been in your 9th house. So this is a very spiritual time, or has been, Mars in Cancer. It will be switching off into Leo and going into your 10th house November 3rd. So we have this 9th, 10th, Pluto in Capricorn, 3rd to 4th Aquarius. You're going to be really stepping into this 4th house influence, and that's a deep dive house, much like the 8th house and the 9th house and the 12th house. 4th house talks about, the first 7 years of our life, what's within the home. And I wanted to read from this book for you quickly before we pull some cards and continue. Okay, I love this book. It talks about a lot of the outer planets, karma, which has been a big highlight. Saturn is now direct. He's the Lord of karma. Jupiter descends. So it's a time to be humble and grateful for the many gifts that we have, whether it feels that way or not, right? Trying to see this as, what's this teaching me, rather than why the F is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Pity party, woe is me. Scorpio, that can be a shadow side of you, is again, this dualistic nature within you, where you can really gravitate towards the shadow. And that is beautiful. But there is this integration that's required if you step too far into the dark. And if you get lost in the dark, right, lost in the sauce, you can tend to maybe cling on to old identities, right? Your sign represents death, and that is also about life. It's not all death, morbid, stuck, stagnant. I'm almost thinking of like purgatory. When you think of a soul, your soul's essence being stuck in purgatory. When a Scorpio is not evolved, that rising of the phoenix, that's the evolution of Scorpio, is rising from the ashes, breaking away from the deep underworld, because there's so much you've learned there, but you also have to rise again, right? Ascend. So yeah, that can be something that you are really starting to notice and recognize. 3rd house is Gemini. This is communication. This is knowledge. There's an understanding of messages maybe coming in, again, what you've collected from the underworld, and now you are ascending to communicate this. Maybe you have to communicate something. And it says this person wants to be absolutely sure that the ideas that are coming through are being clearly transmitted. So Pluto has been in your 3rd house, and I'm speaking on Scorpio Sun ascendant mainly with these transiting houses, but this might resonate for any Scorpio placement that you are experiencing. Or again, cross watchers, you can apply this to yourself too. This can manifest as rather irritable way of speaking with others, or it can be transformed into creative ability to get to the depths of human interaction. So as we're at this Pluto in the 29th degree, for you, Scorpio, it is all about learning how to effectively communicate with others, empathize with others, listen, truly listening. That is such a skill that most people fail to recognize. I'm a Gemini, so that's one of my lifelong lessons, and I've had to check myself time and time again. It's really about taking accountability. Although, they say Gemini, is the great communicator. All signs can definitely fail at whatever they're trying to evolve to. So for me, it has been about slowing down, really listening, trying to pause, trying to reflect, because my mind can be so quick. And for you as well, Scorpio, when it comes to communication, if you feel threatened, that stinger can really come out. You could become very spiteful and vindictive and revengeful because you're hurt. Rightfully so. It's your natural kind of instinct to strike or to retract to some extent after you strike. When you burn a Scorpio, trust is huge, but you have to also speak up, because there's this level of mystery, Pluto in the 3rd house. And if you're not communicating to others, how are they going to truly understand what you're feeling? Sometimes Scorpios like to keep things hidden, and I'm not saying to ever ignore who you are, but I believe in evolutionary astrology, and I believe that we are here to evolve, and to move through these placements in our chart, we are not just bound and stuck and restricted, much like purgatory, to these limited kind of fractions of the pie. There's so much to learn there, but we can also evolve, okay? I'm actually getting reminded of a dear mentor, astrologer, that speaks of evolutionary astrology, much like death cycles, Scorpio energy. This is prevalent for you, and I will link him below. He is amazing. He's my favorite. Well, I'd say top out of my three. I have about three that I really love, and he's definitely up there. He's a Scorpio as well. He's a Scorpio, so I think you'll like his wit and his humor and his really dry kind of way of expressing himself. I love that about Scorpios. They have a good sense of humor, pretty dark humor sometimes. But yeah, mid-November, we'll talk more about this fourth house, because it's going to be urging you to kind of retreat back into the home, into the internal landscape of your past, right? Again, the first 7 years of your life, there could be things coming up around the family as well for some of you, and that can vary, right, depending on your life. This is a general reading. So let's see what we're going to pull from first here. I'm actually being called, let's see, Kuan Yin. Let's pull from Kuan Yin for you. To start off your reading for Scorpio, again, your likes, your comments, subscribes, it's free. It's a free way to support this channel and to honor these messages. Scorpio, what do we have for Scorpio? Yes, stability is going to be very important for you as we move into the end of November. Pluto in Aquarius, foundational, values, your family. Again, we'll talk more about that next week. Your November reading will be out, and we'll go into that more, okay? But for now, I want you to focus on this 29th degree, Pluto in your third house, communication. What is coming up for you around communication right now? You got here 21, breaks down to a 3. So this is very much talking about this third house, Pluto in the third house. Okay, and in this card here, they are handing a message. They're literally giving a message to this other person that's carrying a light. It's reminding me of the hermit with the lantern. The slave dances into freedom. I've never gotten this card. Wow. I've had this deck for like 10 years. You have been on a path that no longer serves your highest good. The time has come for you to be free from it. I shall free you from the negative influence of even the most persistent struggle of devastating conditions with one simple gesture. Do not be attached to the war you have endured, my beloved wild warrior. It is over by my grace. A new reality of freedom is yours. It is time to dance your way into freedom. The divine loves your fighting spirit, Scorpio, but you are to be protected from a too long battle that could poison your beautiful heart with bitterness and leave you depleted. Exactly what I was just saying. Scorpio, where have you held on to things? Where have you been stuck in purgatory? The slave. When I think of purgatory, I think of enslavement. You know, trapping yourself in a place because it probably felt safe for you to stay there. You know, again, once a Scorpio doesn't feel like they have power over something, that's something that you can struggle with. Like gripping onto things, a bit of possessiveness. Also, Scorpio, Mercury is in your sign. So this is very much this third house is coming up for you. Gemini influence. Where do you have Gemini in your chart? Where do you have third house in your chart? If you don't know how to read your chart, I do detailed birth chart analysis, transit readings. Check out my website if you want to go deeper into understanding your chart and the significance of Mercury. That's very present for you here. Okay, Scorpio and Mercury. This is about, again, speaking authentically, listening, being empathetic, understanding to even your enemy, and letting go of bitterness. Yeah, instead it is recognized that you are in need of solace, sweetness, and a sense of purposeful passion that does not dry you out, but fills you and allows you to offer healing to the world rather than trying to bend the world to your will. The power, the power struggle. You have been granted honorable discharge from karmic duty completed. Soon you'll be experiencing life in a completely new way. free from a legacy of darkness that once held you down, kept you trapped in conflict that perhaps even became bitter, disheartening, and draining. That darkness might have held you enthralled in an eternal pattern of repetitive suffering and struggle, or it might have been your seduction, domination, or enslavement to the power of another person, to any external set of circumstances. This taste of freedom bestowed shall not only be sweet, it shall be utter and complete. If you are locked into fight or lose mentality, soften and release that now, Scorpio. The habit of struggle can become ingrained in us. We perceive stress and threat where there is none because of past experiences, when our reality in the here and now could be very different if we allow it. Learn to think and be in a new way, expecting that things are going to work out for the best. This is all about reframing. Wow, this is everything we've just been talking about. I love when that happens. So this could be messages coming in from passed down loved ones. Again, an ancestral healing reading could really benefit you. This could just be you having to relay a message to someone, or again, listening. We're gonna pull from the Hermetic Tarot. Yeah, this is everything that I was saying about Scorpio. Where can you be a better listener? Where can you speak your truth? What have you been hiding from? Mercury and Scorpio, 8th house influence there, you know? It'd be very important for you to watch for your Mercury placement, I'm hearing, and also what house is your Mercury in? That's going to tell you a lot about what's going on right now. You might have some transits to Mercury, right? You can get a detailed reading with me if you want to know more. Scorpio, please show me the truth. Also, this is negative self-talk, reframing. That video for reframing is below. Also, parts work is a great therapeutic tool to get to know these parts of yourself that have been bound or stuck to bitterness. You know, kind of like this 5 of Swords energy I'm getting for you. Have you been stuck in this 5 of Swords, Aquarius? Tit for tat, control, domination. And this doesn't have to just be you. These are self-focused readings. This could be people around you as well. There's so much to learn through conflict for you right now, it seems, especially through your words. The power of your words is very strong. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You could be having fights about money, a loss of money, but this is about recovery. Material trouble. Okay, Scorpio. The Last Judgment. There you are, King of Swords. Yeah, this is all about communication. Have you been hiding a truth? What else for Scorpio? Please show me the truth for Scorpio. You know, it's not what you say, but how you say it, right? Think about body language. Think about, you know, when someone's being passive aggressive, and Scorpios, I have to say it, of all the signs, you could definitely do that at times. And that's not a bad thing. It's just because I think when that happens for Scorpio, it's because they're holding on to things. You know, you're known to cling, much like Cancer, because it's a sense of security, protection. Think about Cancer with the shell. You also have this shell around you. You're doing it from a place of survival, but you're being asked to step out of survival. King of Swords, yeah, male or female, this is all about intelligence, logic, communication, speaking your truth. I feel like you potentially or someone around you, Queen of Wands, this could be Taurus, Aries, specifically for Queen of Wands, but it can be Aries, Leo, Sag. The Last Judgment, here you are, Scorpio. So this is, again, a rectification of sorts. This is like a final judgment. Maybe this is something that's finally being said, coming out. Let's read about this in this deck, what this means for you. Give me a second. I'm just finding it on the page here. My nose is itchy. The spirit of the primal fire, Shin, tooth. Wow. Powerful imagery. I want to let you look at this while I read it. I want to make sure it's focused for you. The card refers to the element path of fire. A bearded angel sounds the shofar. His horn of judgment and 3 figures emerge from their tombs. A fully resurrected soul flies upward. The symbol of Uranus appears at the upper left, meaning final decision, judgment, sentence, determination, atonement, rejuvenation. And this can say in the shadow aspect is failure to face the facts, delay, disappointment. So this is also interesting, like I said, rising, the phoenix rising from the ashes. You see this figure here, it looks much like the phoenix, which is, again, a symbol for Scorpio when they are evolving. This is a Scorpio card. So there is this renewal. It's here, but it requires honest communication, thought out, methodical, but communication nonetheless. Also, again, like I was saying, is rising from purgatory. Like we said in the beginning, there is this sense to speak to the higher ups, to connect to source. There is a judgment being placed here. And again, there could have been a lack of something, confidence, money, material gain, that you maybe took a blow to your ego. All right, let's pull from a different deck here. What's going on for Scorpio? Whoa. Page of Swords, the Devil. Well, we'll keep those out. Capricorn, Gemini, Saturn. You could have this on your chart. Why is this energy here? Scorpio, please show me Scorpio's energy. What are they needing to know? Great Spirit, Source Energy, Ascended Masters, Healed Ancestors, Allies. We call you into the space here today. The Emperor, yeah, there was a need for control or dominance over something. A lack of confidence, though, as well. Over demanding. You could have had a father figure, Emperor in reverse, that was very, very domineering, like possessive or controlling, or this could be qualities within you or someone else around you. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles here on the bottom. Lots around confidence free, the Magician's here in reverse, but the Four of Wands is here. That is Pluto in the 4th house. This is Aries as well, which Aries and you both govern Mars, as you also rule Pluto. You could very well have Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Capricorn, Gemini showing up strongly here. You could have this in your chart or know them. But we cannot manipulate. There's a very manipulative energy showing up here. Be mindful of this. You know, when you might go into that shadow, winning at all cost. This is a time to drop those burdens. Five of Wands. This is much like the Five of Swords that I was feeling into. You know, Five of Wands is also external, right? Things are around you. This could be something around you that is causing you to feel, you know, a bit vindictive, or again, this is someone else around you. The Magician in reverse with the Emperor is not a very pleasant energy, okay? I don't like that one bit, especially with the Devil. This is highly manipulative, toxic, masculine energy, okay? What is this energy? Is this Scorpio? Who is this? Because we need to do this is not positive. I do not like that. Why is the Devil, the Magician, and the Emperor here for Scorpio? Tell me more, please. Let's get more clarity on who this person is, what this energy is doing in your reading. Show me the truth, Great Spirit, ancestors, allies. Why is the Devil, Magician, and the Emperor here? Okay, let's see what we have. Five of Wands, the Moon, Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. Exactly. There has been a truth that either you or someone around you has been holding back from telling you. The Moon, secrets, illusion, fear, delusion, someone keeping you bound to something. The Devil. Okay? Arguments, combativeness, a lot around communication. This is what's required to step out of this place. Again, if this is you that's been feeling very, I see a lot of anger, repressed emotions, a bit of hostility around feeling rejected. Maybe you felt rejected around a marriage. For some of you, feeling left out in the cold, loss of money. If that's you or someone you know, just know that they are taking a blow. Devil, Magician, Emperor in reverse, a loss of power, getting thrown off their throne. You know, they're literally getting, there's a being overthrown with the Emperor in reverse, the Magician, or they're being taken over by this devil quality. And just know when I speak on this, if this is an aspect of self, we all have these archetypes within us. Everyone has a devil, everyone has a temperance angel, everyone has the Magician, the Fool, all of it. And there's times when we have to understand and identify what, why, and when, and where, and how we're operating out of these energies. This is not to scare you. It's just to bring awareness, Ace of Swords, to speak your mind, to solve your problems, okay? And I see that this takes patience, Nine of Swords. There could have been a level of restlessness. We have Leo, Gemini, Pisces here. Arguments, inner and outer conflict, Five of Wands, okay? Dropping this, competition, right? Especially the Emperor, Magician, Devil. Is there competition around you? Fear, lots of fear here. Let's get more advice for you. Fear to speak up. Maybe someone's fearful to speak about something. What's going on? Let's see. Let's pull from the Sacred Destiny. Why is this energy showing up for Scorpio, and what is it that I can advise them to do? The best advice for them at this time to deal with these energies. We have delight, adventures, and fulfillment. So like the Kuan Yin Oracle said, have you been stuck in purgatory? Have you been clinging to a negative mindset around someone from your past, an Emperor, Magician, someone that was using manipulation tactics, or again, very manipulative words? I'm hearing like gaslighting, not operating from their heart. Also someone that was just maybe operating out of their own needs, delight, and adventures. But again, this can also talk about a level of depression with a fulfillment in reverse, and Spirit's saying for you to step out of this stuck energy like we saw in the Kuan Yin Oracle, freeing yourself from slavery, this bind, this restriction, this purgatory that you might be experiencing. You are being asked to shed. It's your season, death. It's your season to let go. Okay, and you have to communicate about something. Or again, there's communication coming in for you, and Spirit is asking you to be open to this, embrace this. Be open and aware of communication around you. And also enjoy life, delight, adventures, happiness. Because the fulfillment's reminding me of like not feeling fulfilled, not feeling confident, not feeling like you have any sense of control or autonomy over your own life. And just feeling, again, like burnt out, really, with that energy before. And what I'm getting reminded, if that's something that you've been experiencing, Scorpio, is that's when the devil can really get a hold of us, when we're operating from these lower frequencies, these entities, this energy, again, that's within us, right? Subconscious or consciously formed formations of this devil energy. It feeds off of that. So that's when we have to check ourselves. That's the thing with Scorpios. Check yourself when you get stuck in purgatory, when you get stuck to this, and just try to get out in nature. You know, get some air. Just enjoy nature. Lots around nature. Getting outside, going to a waterfall, bird watching. Trying to find what's fulfilling for you, what's fruitful, what is working for you. Bringing in more of this growth mindset, reframing. Okay, you can find that video for reframing below. Let's see here, Scorpio. Again, if you need more clarity on how to work through this with you or with someone else, reach out for a private reading. But we're going to take this over to the love reading for you. All right, let's see what signs Scorpio could be dealing with. This could be parts of your chart or theirs, transits, month, time signatures, energy. Okay. Let's see, Scorpio in love. What signs are they dealing with? Aquarius. Let's see what else. Scorpio in love, what signs are they dealing with, or energy surrounding their relationship at this time? Scorpio, please show me the truth for my Scorpio viewers. Scorpio collective. Scorpio, please show me. Give me 3 more cards. Capricorn, Taurus, Aquarius. Aquarius and Capricorn are both ruled by Saturn. So this is very Saturnian. There's lessons here. That's that judgment. Libra. Yeah, so this is very much also months, right, that are significant. Again, we have Pluto in Capricorn, and it's going into Aquarius. So this is that 3rd to 4th I was talking about. Pluto transiting your third house, and it's going to transit your fourth. So there's going to be some shifts when that occurs. Also Taurus, okay, and Libra, which are also Venus. So watch for your Venus placement. Also, these could be signs in their chart, right, that they have anywhere, or months, right? May, October, January, and February, okay? There you are, Pluto on the bottom. Yeah, Pluto in Capricorn and Aquarius. You very well could have that in your chart, or they could. And again, this is the shift that we've been talking about predominantly, this third house influence for you. I would like you to, if you feel like you're being drawn to this, again, a birth chart reading with me, you could really go deeper into this third house connection, but you can look up online some information on the third house, okay? I wish you all the best, and join me for the love reading if you so desire. If this is where we part, bye for now, Scorpio.